She looks down her nose at money. She gets it on. She don't like her eggs all runny. She thinks crossing her legs is funny. She looks down her nose at money. She gets it on like the Easter bunny. She's my baby, I'm her honey. I'm never gonna let her go.
He ain't got laid in a month of Sundays. Caught him once and he was sniffing my undies. He ain't too sharp, but he gets things done. Drinks his beer like it's oxygen. But he's my baby and I'm his honey. I'm never gonna let him go.
In spite of ourselves, we'll end up sitting on a rainbow. Against all odds, honey, we're the big door prize. We're gonna spike our noses right off of our faces. There won't be nothing but big old hearts dancing in our eyes. She thinks all my jokes are corny. Convict movies make her horny. She likes ketchup on her scrambled eggs. Swears like a sailor when she shaves her legs. She takes a licking and keeps on ticking. I'm never gonna let her go.
Okay, we're getting started. We're just getting the technical stuff worked out. Trying to, anyways.
How do you know if they can hear or not?
I could see the level meters.
What about that?
I got something making noise.
You got that stereo going.
It's playing. So we're playing a little bit of John Prine because he passed away from COVID-19. Just give me a second and we'll get going. We got 4 people, so we're gonna get started just a second.
My waves aren't working. So if I'm not waving to anybody... Oh, yay, now I'm waving.
Okay, I think we're getting 2 pages. Okay. We'll go ahead and fade out John Prine here. Because it's 10 o'clock. Alright. Let's get this rolling.
Let's get to work at 10 o'clock.
Sure. Kill your sound?
Sound dead.
And here we are. Alright. We're using some better software. The last couple of weeks we've had serious sound issues. We went through the sound issues and we've decided that every time we go through try to live stream through the web browser, we get choppy audio. So we're using some different software now. And anyways, I'm Brian.
I'm Sarah.
So I am just trying to see. This is all different, so I can't really tell who's watching us or how many people we have. So it looks like we have 4 people on a watch party. I can't tell on
I think you have different folks than I have.
On mine. So these are all old here on the screen. So how's everybody doing? So hopefully each of us are doing watch parties. If anybody is doing, you know what, I am going to, this is my watch party, I'm going to try to comment as myself. And we're just new software.
You're gonna have to sit closer to me.
Trying to figure this out.
I know you're gonna get the virus.
So I'm gonna just say hi. I don't know where. I guess
it's right there.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm not getting it on the watch party. So I have to watch 2 things. All right. And Cool. Anyhow, how's everybody doing? We are almost on a month now of so there's like 3 people watching, and I think 3 of them are the 2 things I have open.
I have some friends. A couple friends from I have Tony and Kevin and Brian and little Moses and Shannon. Hi.
So yeah, we totally redid how we're doing these because we were having some serious making it unwatchable sound issues.
Oh yeah, it was choppy and weird.
So we were if you tuned in right at the beginning when we were getting ready, you were hearing John Prine playing. Now he great artist, kind of country. A lot of people like him who don't even like country. Now the thing with him, he just passed away from the COVID-19, so that was kind of a tribute. What do you got going on this week?
What have I got going on?
Yeah, tell me about your week.
Some product video shooting.
And we will go into that. That was some fun stuff.
Yes.
How is everybody on? We're like almost a month in. How is everybody doing with the whole lockdown? I mean, we're like a month into this at this point.
There's no paint in the paint section at Walmart.
I can't get any closer to you.
I mean, I still was able to find the paint that I used to paint my picture frames for some of the fine art photography that I'm still selling. But man, it was hard to get a hold of some nice paintbrushes and paints. So there's probably some low painters out there.
What else have we had going on? Kelsey joined. Melanie, hey Kelsey. That's a COVID cough. It's not though, just because I smoke, unfortunately. See, smoker. So last week we put out a long form video.
I'm just trying to wave.
Oh,
to Melanie.
Hi Brian.
Hi Melanie.
Hi Mel. We put out a long form video of
And Melissa.
Hi Melissa.
She's got those 2 little potato dogs.
What did we put out? I don't remember. It feels like it's a month ago because we've been on.
It was one of our interviews.
So yeah, we're doing this project. We're interviewing people and all around the country, and it's really interesting. We technical food consultant.
Yes, Miss Katie.
And we were talking, it's a long form conversation, kind of a podcast kind of thing, talking about food shortages and food supply chain stuff. And it's really weird because this was last week, and this week we're starting to see it all in the news.
Yeah, that was weird.
And she kind of nailed it all just with her expertise and her clients. So that was kind of cool. You can find that on our webpage, wedovids.com. It's a very long conversation, but it's definitely worth a listen.
Yeah.
Listen,
how things are going on down in Florida. It's very interesting, very different down there.
Oh God, yeah, Florida is crazy with this. They, the governor, I mean, aside from what she said, that's a retirement community. So like these people just don't care. Plus you got spring break and the beaches, and they're closing beaches, but they just moved to the next open beach. And
Melissa says around here places are running out of hair dye. That's serious. Brian says life hasn't changed much.
Oh, where is he at?
He is in Springfield.
Okay.
And Melissa, I assume, is Clark County.
Yeah, and the governor of Florida, like everything, so she's around all the retirement community, and they just don't care. And I just saw that the government made the WWE wrestling an essential business, which I thought was kind of funny. Oops, I just hit the camera. So what else do we got going on here? Yeah, you got 3. You got some people watching. I can't tell how many people. Let me try to fix this. What else do we got going on? What's going on? Like, on week 4, I kind of feel like I'm seeing more cars on the road, and I feel like people are just kind of getting used to the inconveniences of stuff not being around. Are you kind of getting used to it? It's kind of weird.
It seems like every time I get used to something being strange, it gets stranger. So then I have to start the denial process all over again, and the grief process all over again. And I don't know, it's up and down and a lot of frustration because I'm still out working, doing food delivery. And, life is as normal as possible. It seems to be that I'm getting used to things.
And what's interesting, it's really hard to imagine that it was like, we're on week 4, so right before everything went on shutdown, the first thing we were told is no gatherings of groups of more than 10 people.
Yeah. Well, at first it was 200.
Yeah, then it was
which
10,
put us at a concern because we cover a lot of events.
It seems like everything
way more than that.
Yeah, it seems like everything's happening very gradually, And it's amazing how we're getting used to it. So when we come out of this, are we just going to be so used to this? It's going to be kind of
Yeah.
weird
I think it's
too.
going to be a while before we are able to put 500 people in a room. Um, I'm nervous about that. Okay with it. We're trying to adapt.
We got a bunch of
No Slayer
got
concerts for
some
a while.
people joining. I'm not seeing them, so I'm guessing they are your people.
Yeah,
Anyways, so yeah,
I've
we're
got
doing
Amy
watch parties. If you're going through our main thing, I'm not sure if I'm able to get comments
and
there.
Dina. Hi, Dina.
Hey there.
I
Um,
had to send some toilet paper to Chicago. So, hey, Amy.
we've been seeing toilet paper at the stores.
Yes, we have. And my daughter also works for the grocery store, so we were able to get some for people who just could not find any.
So yeah, it's crazy. I mean, while we're getting used to things, you got places like Michigan, non-essential goods, so like the Walmarts and the Targets, they have to block off parts of the store to just the essential items, the groceries, so the lawn care stuff, and everything else is you can't even go in and get.
That seems ridiculous to me.
So yeah, it's just really really weird. So yeah, check out the Katie thing. That conversation is really interesting because it's a little long, but it's really cool to see what's going on outside of our little world here, because we're all stuck in our houses. We're all stuck in. It's not like we're going out and visiting, friends all the time or visiting family in the next town over. Like we're not going to Cincinnati and visiting our friends. So to hear what people and how different states are handling is really fascinating to
Yeah,
me.
it seems to be totally different everywhere else.
So, what else do we got? Yeah, all the food places, big thing about the meat place closing. We're trying to get by. So, we're trying to adapt because we can't access our studio.
Yeah.
Like all the events, like you were saying,
Yes.
they're all canceled pretty much probably
They're
throughout the year.
probably canceled. They're saying some are canceled, some are being postponed. I don't foresee a lot of our events happening this year.
Yeah, I'm going, getting cheap on my little necessities like, cigarettes and stuff. Yeah, Pennsylvania,
Oh,
the liquor stores are considered non-essential. So I guess Ohio just did this thing where certain counties in Ohio, you have to be an Ohio resident to buy liquor,
yeah.
Because people are
Coming in to get it.
yeah. So it's kind of
Inhumane alcohol laws in Pennsylvania.
interesting thing. What do you got going on? You got people saying stuff? Oh, Micah, welcome.
They Savages in Chicago?
I pieced together a thing for the video that is coming out.
I bet. Chicago, it sounds scary right now. That's what Amy's
What is
talking about.
Chicago?
Yeah.
There's savages in Chicago. I mean, there's a ton of memes. Micah, welcome. We are putting out the video interview with you, and I actually pieced together a little clip. Should we take a look at that clip?
Sure.
So let's talk about. So Micah here, he's actually joined the stream. He is a. Hey Nick, can I not make that bigger? So we have a friend. Our next interview, we did one with Katie. So the next one is with a COVID-19 survivor. He traveled all around the world, and pretty much a pandemic was happening. Began. It was pretty much as it was developing.
Right, yes.
Every place he left, it became an outbreak. He has a really good story. He's actually starting a video series. And if Micah, if you are there, I was going to actually text you, but we didn't have time to figure out how they can see your video because he's putting together this whole series of his travels in the pandemic. So I pieced together a quick little thing for this live stream with some of his video and some of the interview. Let's go ahead and have a look at that right now. I'm going to go ahead and mute us, and we'll just have a quick look. It's a real short clip here.
And if I only knew the things that I do know now, I wonder if I would have even gone to Egypt. I wonder if I would have extended my vacation an extra 30 days to romp around Eastern Europe. After it's all said and done, I decided I want to go back and look through my travel vacation videotape. And I hear a cough.
My perspective, I'm not sure when I caught it, actually. Watching old tape and you're like, oh man, I got this dry cough. I wasn't even thinking anything of it,
I've been here one day. I have friends.
We need your dollars. We would love to rip you off.
The way this thing spread happened in Luxor, Egypt, actually. we know that it was a Chinese tourist that came from the Wuhan area and got on one of these cruise ships that sails from Luxor to Aswan and Aswan back to Luxor. People from all over the world come to the pyramids. Okay, so it's not. Yeah, this is a great spot for the virus to get into somebody, go to Egypt to see the pyramid and just spread it to all these different foreigners and all these different travelers, because the whole world's coming to see this seventh wonder of the world.
All right, so that was Micah's little bit there. The whole conversation is really fun. It's a really fun conversation. We're talking about some pretty serious stuff, and it's pretty entertaining. Micah says he needs a name for the series. I like the Patient Zero thing that you did there, Micah, on the first little thing I saw. There's actually some more clips I want to get from you. Hi, Gail. I see that you joined. So, God, who here is an essential worker? And who is an essential worker, and what is it that you do? I was talking to my neighbor walking a dog, and he loads trucks from shipments from China to go to the grocery stores. What, you got something going on there?
Yeah, Amy in Chicago. She was going through Australia, New Zealand, major events, tennis tournaments, pride festivals, and she seems to be doing good. I know that you're a little nervous about that, but
Yeah,
you might be unscathed. I just hope that you're good in Chicago.
Yeah. God, I mean, and that's one of those situations, like, especially Chicago, where you might come back and, like, have more risk of getting it.
Right, yes. Yeah, maybe you should have stayed.
So, we've had to do, I mean, we're kind of being broke, because of the work thing and the whole not working thing. So we've had to, like, kind of rearrange things and, figure out what we can do. So we got a dog just busting through everything here. Hi, Penny.
That's our treat coordinator.
Yeah, I don't know what it looked like. I imagine you could see her bust through the background.
She's essential, so we do have to have her throughout our work.
She is an essential worker here for our business.
But yeah, we're trying to focus a little bit more on product video and product photography, and so we've been doing a little bit of that. It's been quite challenging, just the perfection that it requires.
Yeah, because we don't have access to the studio.
Yeah.
So we luckily have a lot of the equipment that we have.
Thank goodness
is actually
we got everything.
here.
Yeah.
But we're in a basement trying to shoot these things, and there's a lot of stuff we have to improvise on, and it's been a challenge. We actually just did something, and we did a quick little video of us in the basement. We're doing a candy advertisement with a dog just waiting for things to drop. And it's chocolate, so you don't want to feed your dog chocolate.
Yeah, you don't want to let her get it. It's like the really nice chocolates, too, which always seem to be the deadliest.
Yeah, and so I'll walk you through some of the stuff here. I'm going to show you what this is how we're filling our time. Yeah. So this first shot that we're doing here is we're kind of over top of a box of candy, and we're zooming in to be in the box and looking up. So here you see it, and we do the zoom in, and we're underneath. This kind of looks cool. We're just sitting in our basement. So as far as how we actually pulled this off, that is glass from a picture frame we found. That's 2 bar stools and a camera sitting on a box precariously.
Very carefully, though. Yeah.
So, and we just basically, we had a remote, Wi-Fi remote for the camera, and we started filming. We had Sarah just basically just kind of grabbing grabbing the candies off to get that underneath shot. So yeah, that is, look how torn up those bar stools are. I mean, people probably think, when they see some of these videos, we're like, I'm wearing like Oi Polloi shirt. And, the end product, it kind of, it's a cool effect, but yeah, just if you would see how filthy. So here, we didn't have a lazy Susan, so that's the microwave platter from the microwave that we're wrapping in a cut up black t-shirt. Just to get the effect.
To get a good clean black background for the product.
The other thing we had to stand it up on something else because we wanted to spin it. So we had the little wheels. That's a VHS tape under there wrapped in the other part of the t-shirt, that black t-shirt. Now in the final, you probably won't see any of that. It'll just be a black background. And yeah, but I might keep,
there's my hand.
Might keep the hand in there.
No, get rid of it.
So that's So you kind of get the picture. I think the next one, the candy toss. Like everybody wants to see.
Yeah, the food.
Everybody
in the air.
wants to see the flying food. So
yeah, food
got
in the
Sarah
face.
laying on the floor with all this candy on a pizza pan, just tossing it up to the air. The effect actually worked really well. I mean, this floor is filthy, so you see there it looks great. And it's falling on her face.
It was hitting me in the face, and I couldn't react.
The biggest problem here, God, you see it falling on her face.
I don't react.
The biggest problem here is as we're doing this, we're on the floor. We have a dog there, and it's chocolate. And this dog is just waiting for things. Look at her. You can see her sitting there just like anxious. So here you actually see the videotape, the microwave carousel, and the things. So I think this is the last shot we're going to show you. I'm using a slider to kind of do a push-in shot, and I have it stacked on a bunch of empty DVD cases. Now, these things are plastic and cardboard, so there's a rock back and forth that really was coming out. We'll fix it.
I didn't notice.
Post,
I honestly did not notice it.
We'll fix it in post. So anyhow, that's how we've been filling our time. So,
I got this crazy loop in my hair.
So let me just take a look, see who's joined and what we have. Thank you, Micah. Yeah, that's what we've been doing. I'm seeing you got some more people, some shout-outs?
No, just Amy talking about the chocolates and.
Okay. Yeah, we're having a problem actually seeing comments on one of our. I think it's the main thing, but anyways. That's what we've been up to. So we're still trying to work. We're still trying to try to adapt and try to still shoot stuff while we're on lockdown, while we're quarantined.
Yep, still waiting for the stimulus check and still going through unemployment. I'm curious as to how others are handling that because they have not created the 1099 program yet that I'm aware of. And so we're still waiting for the stimulus check and that process to go through so that we can stay having an income. We can maintain an income.
So, yeah.
How's that going for other 1099s? I'm just curious as to how people are getting by.
I'm a bit lost because of all my tax sheltering I do, so.
Yeah.
I mean,
you do no such thing.
I would never. So, I mean, yeah. I mean, I'm down to my last $14. But we're doing stuff, and we're coming up with cool ideas, and I think this is just such a good time to just do stuff that you're passionate about.
Yeah, try something, especially if you have the unemployment and you have the ability to stay home and work on things. That's awesome. I hope that I get that.
I mean, we're kind of all in the same boat, and I have one project that deals with abandoned buildings, and I thought I would have all this time to edit like dozens of places we've been to and put out these videos, and I am way behind on it because we've been doing so much other stuff.
Yeah, we're busier. I feel busier than I was to begin with.
Yeah, I do too. I mean, I am sleeping later and staying up later.
Me too,
is kind
but
of nice.
That goes with the food delivery service job. Is better late. So.
So yeah. I don't know what else to really say.
Yeah, I think I want to know what everybody else is doing. How about your fashions? We kind of do the waist up thing, but if you look at what I really have on here, it's the pajama bottoms. So I got the pretty dress. I look really professional from the waist up. But what are you wearing when you're sitting at your desk? I think that would be a really cool fashion show.
Oh. So glad, Yola and Patty. Hey, good to see you. And got to catch us this time. We're keeping these videos up. Our last couple I might delete because the sound is so choppy.
Look at me. Look at me. Penny's peeking through.
She messing up our background, and then we got.
We didn't even notice she was.
Okay, we got Larry Hugel. Hey, Larry, you're about to finish week 6 here. Where are you? That's your 6 weeks on lockdown. We're on week 4.
Online tutoring in yoga pants, leggings.
Patty is a therapist and still works, was completely quarantined at the office. Why is this? Can I move this over so I can see some of these comments? Still works at the office doing telephone sessions. Lonely work, but at least you got your stimulus checks. Hope you get yours soon. That's awesome. I hope I'm going to have to get a check. I'm not going to be able to get direct deposit.
I might be going through the same thing because the portal where you go and check on that is telling me I'm putting in incorrect information and has grounded me from it for 24 hours. So I'm not really sure what's happening with that. But
yeah, so 6 weeks. I mean, I wonder.
I don't think it's going to be that long.
Larry's
I heard the checks are coming out starting the 20th. So I mean, I think that's happening a little faster than I expected.
I'm trying to see where Larry's at these days. Like
yeah,
people,
in 5 weeks. Yeah, Amy's, I guess, going through that also.
We're still looking for people to around the country, specifically like people with pretty unique positions. Like I know a psychotherapist who's doing a lot of her sessions with Zoom.
Mm-hmm.
So it's interesting. And do we have to go back to work? Like, can we continue working from home after this?
I wonder if some of that's going to happen.
I'm used to working from home because I've done that for the last.
Well, we work on
97.
location a lot. All of our photography jobs seem to be on location, but I'm very dependent on the studio for the headshot photography and the occasional couples and little kid picture. And you don't want to be out in the rain doing those photos.
Yeah. I'm having I did work on one of these platforms. We actually did a podcast about some of these platforms that kind of get the creative people to where you go, put yourself in this catalog, and people don't want to pay you anything. So I'm actually getting a lot of inquiries for like a lot of work and not that doesn't pay well. And I'm almost tempted to start doing some of them. But honestly, this stuff takes it's ridiculous. It doesn't pay well in the first place, and then the middleman takes their cut.
Right.
I mean, in a big cut, like 30%.
It can still lead to huge things.
Yeah. Okay.
Especially I do in Photoshop retouching, which I do a lot of. I think that that could be beneficial to get involved with something like that.
Did we talk about that last week? That first podcast thing we did where we talked about those kind of places, and we're talking like Thumbtack,
and Stringer, and
Upwork.
Yeah.
And there was another Fiverr.
Yeah.
We actually had one of those companies send us a big email. I don't remember if we talked about that last week or not.
No, I don't believe that we did.
They actually saw it, and it obviously
they
went
watched
around the
it.
office.
Right, they watched it, which was awesome to be recognized.
They addressed everything we said point by point in order that we said it. And
right.
It was kind of, it's kind of like a big, get it right, people. Quit screwing us over, you know?
Right. It's kind of nice to be heard. And they were very polite with us.
They were very polite. They really like our things. One of the things that for those of you who didn't see the Katie thing, with the technical food consultant, where we're talking about food shortages, she was saying something that I was thinking about where, it might not be specific foods, but it could be ingredients that go into those foods, and how there could be shortages of certain ingredients. Some of these ingredients are coming from other places. And I was thinking about, I remember doing a video where we needed lemons. Or no, we needed limes. And we ended up getting lemons because the limes were so expensive that year because there was a shortage of limes. And I wonder if we're going to see certain sorts of food, certain sorts of ingredients or produce like going way up in price. Like, almost unobtainable.
I hope that that doesn't get taken advantage of, and I'm a little concerned about gas prices going up too.
So we usually do these weekly things on Thursday. Tonight, because we're kind of test running, we got some software that can let us switch and play videos and show photos and put us in a little corner. We can kind of set up the scenes. We were really trying to do a test to like get our audio not choppy.
Yeah.
And from the tests I tried before this, it looks like it worked out good. If you guys are noticing any chops in the audio, please let us know.
Yeah, definitely do. Because that seems to be the hardest part. We have Mary joining us. Hi, Mary.
Hi, Mary.
I miss you.
So yeah, as soon as we're done here, where are we at? We're about 29 minutes. We usually do 30 minutes. So right after this, probably within the next 20 minutes, we'll post up something. So we have Micah, who is a COVID-19 survivor who traveled all around the country. It's very...
all around the world.
All around the world. Yeah, that's what I meant to say. Even though it's a very serious subject, it's really funny.
Yeah, his sense of humor is awesome.
We actually shut off the camera, and we're kind of done, and we're just talking. We're on Zoom. And we're talking, and he's like, well, turn back the camera and let me tell you why I was really traveling the country. And this just even makes the story so much better. Um, there might be some adult content and some of that. It's hilarious though, and it's a real fun conversation.
Very much so.
And we're still looking for people to talk to, and
Right.
I've been running into problems scheduling.
Yeah, I would love to talk to somebody in New York.
Yeah,
See how things are
I
going
got
there.
a couple people. I got a lot of people who aren't so into technology who think that the government's going to come get them if they use a video conferencing software.
Yeah.
So I'm getting a little bit of
That's
resistance
scary
there.
stuff.
But,
Well, that's scary stuff, and then all the conspiracy. I mean, even though some of it seems very far-fetched, it's very scary. I mean, it's all representational of a people that doesn't trust the government.
Well, I mean, have you seen what's been happening lately?
I have,
I mean-
and I don't trust them either. That's why I'm so terrified being out here with no income. You know, I'm gonna fall through every crack that I could fall through, and the government's not gonna save me.
I think next week we're going to go ahead and switch back to that Thursday night thing, and we're trying to do like 10 o'clock East Coast, so it's 7 o'clock West Coast, because typically there's people from each side of the country trying to find that happy medium of where everybody's comfortable. I don't know where that's at, so like throw some comments out about what is the best time for you, and we'll try to be entertaining. I mean,
Right. Give us some suggestions. What do you want to see? I mean, we're pretty bold.
we're pretty bored and bold.
Bold and bored. That's a dangerous combination.
The idea you were talking about, and we're thinking about this, if anybody steals this, or if anybody wants to participate, this is actually a fun idea.
The Zoom fashion show.
Yes.
Well, again, what are you wearing from here down? I mean, for me, and I don't know if you want to show yours, but I'll show mine again. I mean, I got the pink pajamas, and he's got the. Look at those feet! My God.
I told you, if you saw the candy video, this place is dirty.
No,
This
you
is
just don't
dirty.
have to bathe from the waist down anymore because
Right.
see, they're just seeing from here up. So whatever. Well, yeah, what's everybody got going on? I mean, is this gonna affect our future fashion? I don't know.
The dog is still like just deciding to be right under the right on the background. So, anyways, yeah. So we're gonna actually try.
Amy's
to
got a
this
fashion
video.
show, and Amy is a fashion model, and a very beautiful one at that. And dude, do it. Do one of those. What do you wear on top, and then have something crazy going on at the bottom. I think that would just be so hilarious.
I remember.
I'm sure you're not sporting heels under your desk either, so be realistic with that.
I'm trying to see these comments. Ah,
You got a lot.
I can't. My one monitor. We have two monitors here, and one monitor is so small. What some people? I will talk to you, Micah. Do I want a video of ticks in Oregon? No.
Ticks.
Um,
I do. You know what? I would have been an agricultural entomologist had I not been a photographer. I'm really into bugs. I want to see them.
Yeah, the fashion thing. So yeah, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it in my underwear. I remember when video conferencing was first the thing, being a tech guy, and when they were talking about it a lot, and I saw some sort of little meme kind of thing, a whole catalog of these shirts, these like suits that just cut off right about here. You know, I mean, I'm saying they cut off right about here, and I mean, they kind of reminded me of those 70s half shirts that guys like to wear, except for there was like a tie attached and just cut off. So I think we're going to kind of make a joke of something like that and make a fun little video and put it together.
That would be cool.
You got anything else? Or?
No, I just, somebody said they love my bug photos. I think I'm going to put something about that on LinkedIn because since we're not going to travel this year, I hope to indulge in a couple of moths raising escapades this summer. So there will be more bug pictures and bug videos.
So I think that's it. We try to do this for I'm gonna kick the camera.
Keep kicking the camera.
We try to do this for about 30 minutes every Thursday. We're still trying to figure out the time. I think 10 o'clock East Coast, which is 7 West Coast works out. We're gonna leave you with the video. Like I said earlier, for those who weren't in the stream. about probably 10, 15 minutes after this, we'll post up the full conversation with Micah, who is a COVID-19 survivor. He also traveled the country. He's also doing
The world.
The world. Why do I keep saying that? He also is putting together his own series about those travels when that virus was coming out. So we're going to leave you with a little bit with his video again, in case you didn't see it, and some pieces of the interview, and we're going to call it good after that. Thanks for joining.
Yeah, thanks for hanging out, guys.
We'll be here
I
next
miss everyone.
Thursday. Yeah, no kidding. We'll be here next Thursday, same place, same time. Hopefully you could hear us this time and it's not choppy. But to close it out, here's Micah and some of his clips. A quick little edit I did with what I'm going to put out here in about 10 minutes.
And if I only knew the things that I do know now, I wonder if I would have even gone to Egypt. I wonder if I would have extended my vacation an extra 30 days to romp around Eastern Europe. After it's all said and done, I decided I want to go back and look through my travel vacation videotape. And I hear a cough.
My perspective, I'm not sure when I caught it, actually. Watching old tape and you're like, oh man, I got this dry cough. I wasn't even thinking anything of it, you know?
Been here one day. I have friends.
We need your dollars. We would love to rip you off.
The way this thing spread happened in Luxor, Egypt, actually. We know that it was a Chinese tourist that came from the Wuhan area and got on one of these cruise ships that sails from Luxor to Aswan and Aswan back to Luxor. People from all over the world come to the pyramids, okay? So right. It's not, yeah, this is a great spot for the virus to get into somebody, go to Egypt to see the pyramid and just spread it to all these different foreigners and all these different travelers, because the whole world's coming to see this seventh wonder of the world, or